Yeah, your brother Zoe Williams is in the building right now. You see, I have to keep this little thing with me. Because now you know, wherever you go, you got to have this little mask. You got to be able to mask up on a nigga real quick. I done bought maybe 5, 6, 7 more of these. My homeboy at Ramomar is designing a bunch of new and super fly masks. Y'all better go get them masks. Ramomar. RAMOMARNY.com. Go check him out. Listen, I got to run through the advertisements real quick because Geoff Brown is not here yet, but he's on his way. He will be here. But let me run through them very quickly. Total Package Energy. Greatest energy drink in the world. I've had mine today. Have you had yours? Well, I mean, we're different. I got up at 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Getting it popping, grinding, hustling, already. Total Package Energy. If you got something to do, drink Total Package Energy. If you ain't got nothing to do, stay away from Total Package Energy. It'll clear your mind up, and you'll be like, damn, I ain't about nothing. Total Package Energy. Get it. For everybody that's in the chat room right now, I just want to say, hey, welcome to the HuriKane Show. Please hit the like button and the share button. It's unfortunate already 2 people have hit the dislike, the thumbs down. They just hit the dislike button just on GP. I'm coming to watch him, even though I don't like him. I just come right in and hit the thumbs down. Lord have mercy. Anyway, Total Package Energy. Tell them Zoe Williams sent you, the best energy drink in the world. Promise me. I promise you, you'll thank me if you get it, okay? And be careful with it. Everything in moderation. Don't overkill on it. You know what I mean? And let me just say this. A lot of people get mad at me because if I send them to a particular company and that company fails them in some kind of way, they get mad. And I understand. And I coach people. I coach businesses, and I also coach the customers of that business to work together, especially when they're Black-owned, right? So some people, I got an email from some people. They were upset with the brother, Dr. Phil Valentine, because, and it ain't just Phil Valentine. It's Freedom Paper Company, or it's somebody, like sometimes they don't get their order, or sometimes the order get messed up. I'm just gonna offer you this. You can reach out to me. If I promote something and you have an issue with it, I've been doing it for years, just reach out to me, right? And don't reach out to me with an attitude. Reach out to me and ask me to help you, bridge the gap. I've done it for years with Ramomar. As he was growing and developing as a businessman, I've done it for years. So, again, if you're having an issue, reaching somebody, reach out to me, give me your information, your order number, and what the issue is, and then if I have an email address or a contact number, I will forward that over to the company and say, look, you got to take care of them because they came to you based off of me, right? Based off of me, based off of my recommendation. You understand? So I will help you with that. But don't call me with an attitude. Don't call me disrespect, because there's some people who write very disrespectful letters and all types of stuff. But I understand the world is full of adult children. And you know what I'm saying? And it's like you got to deal with them like they're kids as well. So that's what's up with that. But Total Package Energy, love it. Been promoting it for years, supporting it for years. Go there, get on it right now. Also, Weed Juice. My whole crew hasn't been here for a while because I wanted to social distance a little bit and limit the amount of people that we put in harm's way when we do this show. Total Package Energy, Weed Juice. Weed Juice is that's my guy right there. From Pasadena. When I tell you he's from an Olympic level family, damn near everybody in that family is an Olympic level athlete. I mean, I always talk about his brother Alcus, just an amazing ball player, man. He was like Kobe before Kobe. He was that good. He was that amazing. And that brother himself went to BYU, football player, track star, and then turned into businessman with WeJuice. Go support WeJuice, WeJuice.com. Also, the relationship dismount, how to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship. Available in 3 formats on Amazon.com, Kindle, Audible, and paperback. I need you guys to cash mob this. I need my rankings to go up higher so Amazon can kick in algorithms and promote me with other bigger authors, because this is, of course, this is self-published, but I need you guys to go there, buy these books, share them with your friends, give them to loved ones, give them to couples who are struggling. It's a great gift for that. Even Mother's Day. Yeah, it's a Mother's Day gift. But let's get the numbers up. Kindle, Audible, and paperback. Also, Mansions. Let's not forget my Mansions gear. I'm wearing some right now. A Mansions hoodie, black, with the Royal Mansions crest on it. We also launched a new line called Relationship is the University of You, or Relationship You, because that is the philosophy that is taught in the books that I have written, the Relationship Dismount, as well as the Holographic Relationship. Please go to powerinonclothing.com and order Relationship is the University of You, the Relationship Rivalry Series. Please go there now. Support, support, support. Get a t-shirt, get a hoodie. Do that right now. I'd appreciate it. Also, HuriKane Report in the building. Let me see. She sent me some hoodies. I told Sarah to wear hers. But she sent, the team over there sent me a hoodie. The HuriKane Report. Write it. Take action. You understand? Maintain freedom. H-report.com. HuriKane Report, of course, is an alternative news site put together, and I know I said she, but it's really a collective of people. Man, go support them. They're like journalists, man, alternative journalists for ADOS, for American descendants of slaves. Again, please support them big time. A lot of the stories that they write, I talk about. H-report.news, the HuriKane Report. Please jump in and support. Now, something special here. A friend of mine, I did her podcast. She has a great podcast. Let me just say, she's a master at it. And her podcast is growing with leaps and bounds. As a matter of fact, her and her husband, they've watched the show. And, I had a chance to chop it up with her husband. We were debating and arguing about LeBron James and who's the greatest. And, it was funny. It was on IG. But very smart young lady. She's doing big things. She's making a lot of positive things happen in the world. Geoff Brown.
What?
Glad you were able to,
Grace you with my presence?
Yeah, one of them. One of them things. So, the name of her podcast is HerSpacePodcast.com. I was on, and I killed the game. Girls, they was mad. I'm a guest on the HER Space Podcast, right? Her Space Podcast. She's really dope. Her name is Terri Lomax. Check this out. Now, she's going to do something that teaches you how to do podcasts, how to launch them, a step-by-step guide for creating and maintaining a successful podcast that grows your audience. And now, let me just say this. She, in her podcast, I think they're over 700,000, something like that. Something crazy. They got like an astronomical number, over 500,000 or something like that.
That's big numbers.
But she is teaching a how to launch your own podcast step-by-step kind of seminar, masterclass, and it's virtual and it's free. When? On my birthday, May 23rd.
You're the 23rd, fam?
Oh, my bad. Your birthday is the 20th.
You said it. How? You remember my birthday?
Of course I remember your birthday. But you don't remember mine.
No, because
That little wipe dangling off the side here, that's for you to wipe your shit down.
Oh, wipe my shit. This is for you wiping your shit.
Yeah, it's bacteria.
You know what? I bet you more people will use these if they were advertised that way.
Anyway.
Wipe your shit down with this here.
It's it's May 23rd at 2:30 Pacific Standard Time, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. She is Terri Lomax, podcaster, speaker, and brand strategist, customer success manager at Silicon Valley startup Asana. And the link is terrilomax.com. Get there right now. You got to register at, https://event.webinarjam.com/channel/Terri Lomax podcasting. Don't you hate reading just a long ass?
Right?
That link long as hell.
And it's terrilomax.com?
That's her website.
Okay, that's where because I'm going to do this.
Yeah. Teach it, man, I'm telling you, she's going to teach a master class on how to start a podcast, how to maintain a podcast.
Got
Yo, you got to do it because she cold-blooded now. That link again is Wait, let me do my Lavelle Crawford.
Oh, my
Now
God.
repeat it. Repeat what I told you.
You
You
said.
H.
Oh, shout out to
T,
goddamn
T,
Lavelle Crawford.
S.
And then,
://
and then.
event dot webinar
Oh, God. That's another one you watch just to put you in the mood.
/channel / Terri Lomax podcasting.
Oh, my God.
No, but I want you guys to go support her. She's smart. She's innovative. She's intelligent. And like I said, she's going to teach you how to do it. Terri and her co-host gained 500,000 downloads after podcasting for a little over a year. If you're struggling with fear or imposter syndrome, Terri is going to spend some time in the masterclass talking about how you can develop a successful mindset. You guys got to support her. Go do it right now. Also, I got somebody else to shout out. Kamal Hubbard. He has a newsletter called Cage Chain. Cage Chain has been a leader in providing blockchain and cryptocurrency news to our community since 2017. Bitcoin is the #1 performing asset class of all time because it allows you to operate your own bank or to operate like your own bank. Number 3, the Cage Chain website has free resources on how to get started with wallets, cryptocurrency, mining, and information on how to begin trading. Sign up at cagechain.com or what is it? I think it's cagechain.io. You know, they got new little dot whatevers for free newsletter that covers market insight on blockchain, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. If you would like to schedule a 30-minute free consultation on how to get started in crypto, send an email to contact@cagechain.io. Cage Chain, man.
Okay.
So I've promoted a whole crap ton of things.
Yes.
But now, my brother has arrived.
It is time for the foolishness
The debauchery
to begin.
must begin. There is a descendant of the Corvinus clan,
Yeah, got to do
not
something with
but
that.
3 feet from you. It's just one of my favorite
Is
shows.
she from the Snifflers?
Do you understand? Not in 1,000 years has the chain been broken.
No, we just
One asleep, two up.
we just watched the Matrix trilogy this weekend.
It was amazing, right?
What was really amazing is to not have to give the metaphors to your children.
Ah, yeah.
They see. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, so the government is like the Matrix, and what they be telling you, and then you got to find it for yourself.
No,
and
you
break free.
understood the whole thing, didn't you?
And I was like, no, this is my kid. This come from my youngins, man.
What?
Oh, God.
You about to start crying?
My baby Snow Whitey ain't shit. Yeah.
Leave us.
Right? They was on it, man. With the Merovingian?
Victor, he was here.
Right.
Lucian. Hey, listen. I want you guys to understand something. Geoff Brown drives a really far distance to come do this show, and I would love for you guys to support his super chat.
Oh, wow.
Your super chat is $GBFunnyStyle. Can you put that on the screen?
Absolutely. Thank you.
$GBFunnyStyle.
Thank you.
We got nearly 800 people in the chat room. Listen, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I need you to do so right now, because we are a gnat's fart away from 60,000 subscribers.
Right there's for
A little gnat poop. So everybody subscribe who hasn't subscribed. Hit the like button, hit the share button. Come on, you guys. Support the channel. Support the content. We about to go in, because I got a major. First off, I have a topic, but I do have some current events that I think we need to cover. This one, number one. This one right here. Number one, this one right here.
I promise to use Nat Fart 4 more times. Go ahead.
Geoff Brown.
Yes. I love Nat Fart. As an increment, oh, that's beautiful.
As if the coronavirus and the subsequent quarantine isn't enough. Have you heard about the murder hornets?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh,
That have been found in America that came from
yeah.
Japan.
Universe ain't playing.
Something is up. How'd they get over here?
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know how they got over here, but it looks like to me somebody's sitting up on high like Zeus and Hercules going, okay, they still won't listen? Send in the hornets.
Release the Kraken.
Release the hornets.
But what if it's white people doing it?
Oh, well, right.
What if it's not divine? What if it's more chaos?
Right.
Pour it on!
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
What if it's that?
What if you know what I always wonder about? We see trains and 18-wheelers and take for granted that they're full of eggs and televisions.
Wow.
You don't know what. Whitey is an evil motherfucker. One of them 18-wheelers could have been just full of hornets. They pulled up into Washington and opened the back door.
So listen, for all those who don't understand, this murder hornet is roughly 2 inches long. It's known as the murder hornet, has made its way to the U.S. For the first time ever, researchers have said the Asian giant hornet, Vespa mandarina, which Jesus, it's got a
it's
name.
ugly, brother. It's ugly.
Has been known to kill up to 50 people a year in Japan, according to the New York Times, and has the potential to devastate the U.S. bee populations. Now, just a few of these guys can knock out a whole bee colony in about 30 minutes.
Because you know what they do, right?
They decapitate them.
They rip their heads off and use them for their own larvae.
Yeah, they turn them into a meatball. They eat them up and turn them into a meat package and take the little ball back to their larva. And they're 2 inches long. Mm-hmm. Now, according to the New York Times, and has the potential to devastate the U.S. bee populations, which have already been declining. Susan Colby, bee breeder with Washington State University Department of Entomology, told WSU Insider that the hornets are like something out of a monster cartoon with this huge yellow-orange face.
Yeah.
They big as shit, dog.
And they ugly. Look like a baby dick with a face on it. You don't want to, you want to fuck with it. You don't want to fuck with a bug the size of a baby dick. You don't. You just don't. Enjoy the awkward silence. Like, Geoff, bro, what the fuck? I mean, look at that goddamn thing.
First off, if you got a baby dick that big.
Well, I'm just talking about the babies in my family.
If a baby came out, if you had a son that was a baby and his dick was the size of a Japanese hornet,
Nigga, you can't make me get my baby dressed. I'm taking my baby outside with the little baby shirt on and no diaper, and I'm holding him around the chest.
Can you imagine?
So I like to see my baby's dick.
Can you imagine how
My
some
son
of
got
our
a bright future.
Can you imagine how some of our depraved aunties would be looking at this nigga's pamper?
Right?
He just sitting.
That shit used to happen anyway.
He just be sitting there with his pamper on balls.
He gonna be a
look.
man. He gonna be. Woo,
He managed.
He managed. No, you hoish. You hoish. This ain't got nothing to do with his manhood.
He looked like his diaper down. No, it's not.
I'll change him again.
What the fuck? That's wrong. I'm sorry. Hit the like button, hit the share button. Let's transition away from the killer hornets. They're here.
They're here.
They're here. Fucking
Baby dick.
evil aunties looking at these baby diapers, boy. All right, we're done. Okay, so as if, let me just say this, man. As if Damian Thorne hasn't done enough.
Oh, shit. What now?
We got a couple of stories for Damian Thorne. As if he hasn't done enough. See, you need to you got to follow the money. You got to see where he's investing his money and why he's investing his money. See, you remember he gave $150 million to Steve Jobs.
Who?
Bill Gates.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Because
Damian
Apple
Thorne here, yes.
was failing. Apple was failing. And it was Bill Gates who saved Apple. And now this is why we have Apple of today. He gave that man, Steve Jobs, $150 million to reboot Apple.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, while you're taking my money, take the Intel chip.
Do you understand? Now, watch this. Watch this. Watch this, Geoff. Apple, back in the late 70s, early 80s, created their first computer.
Right.
You know how much it cost?
$10,000.
$666.66.
Wow.
Now, Steve Jobs' partner, I forgot his name. Somebody type in
Steve Wozniak?
Wozniak, that guy. He said, I priced it that way because it cost us $250 to build, and I just love repeating numbers.
Well, why didn't you repeat sevens or fives?
Why not $777.77
Yeah,
or
it's more money.
$555.55?
You know what? You know people like luck, right? What's luckier than 7?
How about that? Well, no, $666.66. Now, Bill Gates, the ID 2020 patent.
Sure.
Goddamn patent is 0606666. Is that coincidence? I'm not religious. I always said the Bible was predictive, and the people who are in control are writing the narrative so the people who follow it can manifest it with their belief.
Ooh-wee. Okay.
Right?
Well,
Watch this. Watch this. Here we go. Harvard researchers begin working on Bill Gates funded project to block out the sun with geoengineering. As the world continues to grapple with the consequences of an ever-changing planet, scientists have continued to work on projects aimed at manipulating and shaping the world in unexpected ways. The most controversial and hotly debated of all these topics, aside from climate change itself, has been that of geoengineering, a topic many news sites dare not to breach for fear of being labeled as conspiracy theorists. But now the cat is officially out of the bag, as even Forbes just dropped a bombshell on scientists to tackle climate change through geoengineering by blocking out the sun. An admission that, strangely enough, has managed to stay off the radar screens for most major online media publications. Funded $3 million by your boy.
wow. Well,
To block the sun. Somebody keeps telling me that that's not Damian Thorne. You thought it was Trump.
I said, yeah.
How this dude, who's a regular citizen like you and me, how does he amass all this power? All this influence? How is he a part of all of the think tanks? Why are all the think tanks listening to him? Talk to me, Geoff.
Well, I will say this: if you're gonna block out the sun, and you're gonna eat the Earth's animals and just fuck the Earth over, how can these comparisons not point to you? How do you not? How do you? I told you, like I said last week, fuck that shit I said. I'm going with your man. I got to go with you because nothing else. Who else fits the bill?
And now, then you said.
And then, right. and speaking of the Bible, I believe that the Bible has prophecy in it because the books that it stole from did.
Do we have to do this lesson again, Geoff?
Okay, well, no, but the point is...
Now, if I give your wheelchair 37-inch Dayton's and I put a Hemi on that motherfucker, Geoff, I don't want to see you doing this no more, Geoff. I don't want to see you rolling.
Oh, hell no, I'm pressing the button, nigga.
You got to use the technology I put on your wheelchair, Geoff. Yes. I don't want to see you going up the hill with all that equipment, Geoff.
I got a Hemi. All you niggas talking about... No.
Geoff.
What?
There's no prophecy in the Bible because remember the maturation of the Bible. How it was put together.
Sure.
The Nicene Council.
Right.
The Bible, the books left out.
Yes.
Right? And how it was translated. Remember, it was translated for practice. This is why they say, what faith do you practice?
Right.
Uh-oh. Don't they say that, Sarah?
Yes.
What faith you practice, sister? Now, King James, 1611 AD, took from the Latin Vulgate
Yes.
and the Greek. Latin Vulgate, vulgar, unlearned
Vulgus,
masses.
the nasty.
Again, they had to dumb down the esoterics because the esoterics dealt with the inner. The exoteric deals with the outer.
Right.
So we're going to put in a hierarchy. We're going to put in bishops and popes and authorities and buildings. And you get to play spiritual by coming to these places.
Wow.
By practicing your faith. Do you see?
Yes.
So Bill Gates, I believe those same people who dumbed the books down in the beginning are the ones who are behind the prophecies that are contained therein. Because just like the media don't want to let us see this.
No. That's why I'm fucking with the signal right now.
Yeah.
Is that what's happening right now?
Signal beat up.
But we still recording, yeah?
Yep.
And we'll be able to post this anyway, right? So I'm
Okay,
not worried.
fucking then, yeah.
So Harvard announces 2019 Gates-funded project to block out the sun, mimicking the effects of a huge volcano eruption. The $3 million Harvard plan, which will be partly funded by Bill Gates, is called the Stratospheric Controlled Perturbation Experiment. Now, why do they have to do that? Why do you think they have to do that, Geoff?
I don't know.
You know, let me tell you why.
Enlighten me.
Because they devils.
Okay, that's simple enough. That's simple enough. I think,
Don't you know we got Yellowstone over there?
yeah.
You know Yellowstone is the largest volcano in the world.
I didn't know that.
It's a caldera.
I knew it was amongst the largest. It is Yellowstone is the
Bruh,
largest.
it's a caldera that's 630,000 years past schedule.
Which one just let loose? One just let loose.
Volcano?
Yes.
No, see, we talking about a caldera. That's different than a volcano.
Okay, break it down.
It's a volcano, but it's like a volcano without the goddamn cone. It's on the ground. All of Yellowstone Park. You see all of the thermogeo activity happening there. The motherfucking
lightning and
geysers and all that's thermogeo activity.
Okay.
So when you see the geyser come up, Old Faithful, that's thermogeo activity. Okay. Right underneath, you got a magma chamber listen, go to the U.S. Geological Service website. They got a ticker on that motherfucker that shows its activity.
And that at any moment, it could spew hot monkey lava.
And Pete Gang, extinction level event. Now, you know, when volcanoes go off, they eject massive amount of debris into the atmosphere.
Right.
These people want to...
Fuck with it.
No, they want to create a fake one of those. In other words, we're going to control, in much the same way as a volcano does when it erupts. You know how Mount Pinatubo went off in the 90s, and then that ash cloud wrapped around the earth a few times and brought down temperatures?
Right.
Yeah. They want to do an artificial See, listen.
They want to do everything. It's like your kids when you tell them something to do. If they don't want to do it, they will find, they're geniuses. They will find every way around doing what it is you told them, which takes them the longer way and through more bullshit.
You understand?
These people want to do everything to keep a toxic way of life.
Keep going, Geoff. Keep going.
To keep this, the European white man from World War II up to about summer before last had a great ride. He had a great ride. He was right in the fat of the calf. He was right, okay?
Where was he?
He was in the fat of the calf. These are the people I done killed. Here's the land I done pillaged and burned. Here's the spoils from all of it. And his no-account ass Trumpian successors fucked it all off.
Again, I keep telling y'all, stop thinking that Trump is real.
Yeah. Oh.
He's an actor. Just listen. Who else was an actor? One of our presidents.
Reagan.
Ronald Reagan was a straight up actor. Who else was an actor that was the governor of California? First it was Ronald Reagan, but who else?
Was the governor of California.
The governor. Get down.
Who else?
Get down.
Who else took the popularity contest and won?
Do you understand?
That's all it is the popularity contest.
Again, Geoff.
Yes.
There is a play that's being run at a high level, Geoff. Now watch this.
Sure.
I'm tying the dots together because I want to get through this before we get into our topic. Here's another story from Bloomberg. Lab-grown meat backed by Gates. Tyson Foods faces U.S. oversight. Lab-grown meat startups that rely on animal cells to produce beef, poultry, and seafood products have caught the eye of U.S. Food and Drug Administration, which has begun the process of regulating the industry. The cultured meat considered an environmentally sound alternative to the real thing. Who's backing it though? With the money? What does it say, Geoff?
I'm really beginning to believe that.
Who does it say?
Bill, you know what Bill Gates' nickname is?
What is it? And he's funding the whole movement. Did you know that he's taken over the mantle of what Monsanto was doing?
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
So now,
thank you, Marcus Jenkins.
So
yes,
now,
the North American Paul's mouth and ass is in full effect.
do you see what I'm saying? So now let's just line it all up, Geoff. The seed bank up in Norway, he's part of that, where they've gathered all the seeds in the world, and created a damn seed bank.
Right.
He's funding the same business of Monsanto, right? He's still picking up the mantle for them. He's funding the artificial effects of a volcano to block the sun out.
Now you understand that all of these plans take dozens of people.
Or even
implement.
more. Yeah, or even more.
Scores of people to implement.
Yeah.
Which means that for those of you who are Prince fans, his song, "Scan My Computer, Looking for a Site," he talks about Evil Incorporated, blowing up bombs and things. I have a young child. I have a lot to explain. When you think of Evil Incorporated, there are motherfuckers who wake up, have a bowl of cornflakes, take a shower, get dressed, get in the car, drive to work and go, okay, that fake volcano thing. I need to work on that.
Yeah.
I gotta go to lunch. When I come back, I gotta figure out how to starve half of the world.
Yeah.
It's evil and there are actually people who are working on this evil shit.
Well, listen, hold on, Geoff. This is what I don't like about it. I mean, the way you're talking right now is very condescending. I mean, think of the benefits. You know, all the effects of a nuclear winter without the explosion. I mean,
Right.
Do we really want the caldera to go off? Do we really want nature to do it? I mean, we can jumpstart an ice age by mimicking what a volcano does. Do you see the benefits? We need ice. I mean, think of the polar bears.
Okay.
I mean, they're starting to have sex with grizzlies. We know.
Now wait just a goddamn minute. You mean there's a good chance a couple years from now I'm gonna go hunting and get ate by a polar grizzly?
Yes. They're beige now.
An elder barge looking bear? What the hell? You got polar bears, fucking grizzly bears.
It's happening, bro.
What's next? Dolphins fucking sharks? You've got to be fucking kidding me. What makes a polar bear? Why they want to mix races? Now, polar bears are white. They're amongst the whitest animals on the goddamn planet, and they're gonna go fucking mixing with the grizzlies. Don't do it. Don't do it. The grizzlies, they eat too much dark meat, the grizzlies. They eat a lot of dark meat.
Isn't the grizzly bear the Negro of all bears?
He's a nigger of all bears. That sumbitch there. He's a hard sumbitch to kill. He don't give a fuck about nothing, include himself. That's a bad sumbitch. I don't think he'd be mixing with them polar bears. I don't know how the fuck that happened.
It's interracial bear love. You don't want that to happen. Let's mimic a fucking volcano and black out the sun.
We're going to block out. You know why you want to block out the sun? Because you are not people of it.
Ooh.
You are not people of it.
Uh-oh.
The sun mad at you. So now you picked a fight with the sun. The sun fought back. So now, this is your strike at the sun. It's 93 million miles away. This shit's not gonna work. You could try. You could try. I sincerely believe that these people are either grasping at straws because it's their final thrill, or I believe the earth is being terraformed for aliens who really like plastic.
That's interesting.
Okay, I tell you what. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Let me come to you in the early 1900s and go, look, I'm gonna bust up on you with a spaceship and a cell phone, and at your present rate of technology. And I'm gonna tell you, look, in about 175 years, this sumbitch gonna get hit by an asteroid anyway. Okay, I can tell you that. There's no way around it. If you do what we say, we will promise you and 9,999 of your closest friends safe passage to a planet on the other side of the moon that you can't see. Here, let's go. They're there. Here's, you see how we got here? Here's where we are. Here's what's going on. One plastic bottle of this shit that y'all make, because we can't make plastic anywhere else in the planet. One plastic bottle cap will power one of our cities for 10 years. But we can't make that shit here. You can only make it here on the earth. So if you fuck off your earth and make all of this plastic, we'll take over. We'll take over. That's what else? Think about it. That crazy shit is logical.
But that's what happens when you smoke high-grade weed.
I only mess with the good shit.
I don't smoke.
Shout out to our dope-ass mutual friend. Yes.
Oh, I see.
The dope.
So now I'm painting a picture with these stories because I have a topic I want to get to, but I'm painting a picture with these stories. Please pay close attention. Critics go after Me Too soldier Tarana Burke for protecting Joe Biden and powerful white men. This is the sister who started the Me Too movement. Me Too founder Tarana Burke is under fire from critics for her failure to outright denounce Joe Biden and other powerful white men accused of sexual assault. In this Friday, October 11th, 2019, photo, Burke, founder of and leader of the Me Too movement, poses for a portrait in New York. Burke is using the second anniversary of the movement to launch a new effort intended to mobilize voters heading into 2020 election. So clearly, she's on his side. Geoff?
Well, I've always had my doubts about KRS too. I just
What?
I just don't no. Come on now.
Step into Oh my God.
Oh my God, she got blow her nose.
KRS.
She blew her nose with a baby T-shirt. No,
Wait, no, knock it off.
okay.
The nose is African.
Huh, bruh. Okay.
The nose is African.
Okay.
Now, I will say this, Geoff. She not cute.
Okay. Can we get there?
Yes,
Okay.
we can get there.
We can get there. Can we get there?
The nose is African.
That's after a few hours of work. That's not, okay? That's not I woke up like this. That's work. Okay, now anyway.
I broke up like this.
I broke up like this. Anyway,
This nigga said KRS too.
anybody
Hilarious.
who is not, and I kind of hate that he lost his shit. I don't know what's going on with the brother, Dr. Umar Johnson, but prayers out to him. I don't know.
You just be talking about stuff, Geoff.
No,
I don't know what's going on.
I'm gonna get on back over here. Umar Johnson
What happened?
said on the Breakfast Club that these are the things that are the reason why he will not vote for any president.
Ah, okay.
One,
I see.
if
So you go into his points that
Yes.
he made. All right, good. There we go.
If he don't have, but you know, motherfuckers like to diminish your point because they like to make
He got solid points.
diminish the message because the messenger is flawed.
Yeah, I just did
Yeah.
that show.
Yeah,
That whole show
that's
about yeah.
bullshit with that. He says that unless you are addressing directly the genocide on black people by police, the lack of access to capital, and he got it says 6 of them. There's 6 of them, and they're really good. He said no president is gonna fuck with that directly because those are the cornerstones of white supremacy. So if you align yourself as a black person without asking, what you finna do about police brutality? What are you about to do about the access that we don't have to capital? What are you gonna do about the miseducation of our children? If you're not dealing with any of that shit, then you a devil, and devils ride with you. Period. Always, yeah, I'm gonna say that for the rant. But
Save it for the rant.
yes,
Because this is what I'm trying to tell you. You are living in the Truman Show.
ooh-wee.
You really are living in the Truman Show.
Ooh-wee.
See, I'm weaving these stories together because I have a through line topic that we need to discuss. I'm weaving them all together. Why is it that there are people who can influence us and get us to believe a certain thing, we ride or die, and then they sell you back to the architect? Motherfucker, the architect told Neo, we are getting exceedingly good at destroying Zion. We've done it 6 other times before you.
Right?
Like, the hero is part of the broken system. This is what they're saying. The architect is saying, Neo, you're the savior, you're the Messiah, but I created the Messiah construct in this reality.
Right.
This goes back to the Bible stuff because that's my through line topic we about to talk about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you understand? Here's my next topic. We're already talking about old girl selling back out to the powers that be, going back to the powers that be, right? Selling back out. Okay, cool. Here we go. Here's the next topic. California shopper in Ku Klux Klan hood alarms customers, officials say. Customers and local officials blasted a grocery shopper in a San Diego suburb who was photographed wearing a Ku Klux Klan hood, apparently to provocatively conform to the country's coronavirus face mask requirements. Several workers at the store in Santee confronted the supremacist shopper who refused to remove the hood until shortly before he purchased his groceries and left, according to a spokesman for the Vons supermarket company. Unfortunately, an alarming and isolated incident occurred at our Vons store in Santee, where a customer chose an inflammatory method of wearing a face covering. He's following coronavirus. What does this have to do with anything, Zoe? Here he is right here. Look at this fool.
Oh, I'm gonna show it.
I'm showing Geoff.
Wait a minute.
Ah, Geoff. God damn it, Geoff.
Damn it, Bobby.
Boom, Geoff. Now what you do is don't touch the screen. And he touches the screen. There he is.
I got some bad news for him. He got nigga forearms. Look at his arm. That's a nigga in his family. You got that hood on, I'm gonna tell you something. Your mama need to be honest with you. It's a hook in your family tree. It's a nigga in your family tree.
Listen, now I'm gonna come back because this is the part where we tie into our topic. You're in a simulation. But niggas love being entertained, right, by the falsity of the simulation itself. Instead of manipulating the simulation and learning how to fly like Neo, niggas use the simulation as an escape. They use the simulation as TV.
Right.
What do I mean by that? We are in a culture that is anti-intellectual.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hyper-accusatory, but anti-intellectual.
Ooh, that's a day. Ooh.
Right? You got people out here who think they're intelligent, but are not really intelligent, are not really contextual, critical thinkers. Just because you loud and inarticulate does not mean you're intelligent. See,
no.
But the weakness of the way we're programmed is I can say something over and over again, and whether it's true or not will be accepted as true.
Right.
Do you see? So this comes to my ultimate topic for today. This is gonna hurt, but I don't give two shakes of a fat rat's ass about it. Here's my question and topic for today, Geoff. You got to deal with this shit. Black people, who has more control over your life? God, the scriptures, or Willie Lynch? The Willie Lynch letter.
Paul's letter to the Romans.
Because guess what? Whether Willie Lynch is real or not, it's still an idea that was written down.
Ooh, I'm so tired of that shit. I'm so tired
Right?
of that shit. Oh, the Willie Lynch letter wasn't real. Nigga, is niggas really doing this? Yes or no? Do light-skinned people separate themselves from dark-skinned people? Yes or no? Do the old separate themselves from the young? Yes or no? Is the black woman socially breastfeeding the black man until he is fucking atrophied? Yes or no?
Shit, you can't even give the black woman a compliment without some butthurt, fatherless niggas running around saying you a simp.
You thirsty.
Nigga, let me just tell you,
talk
man.
About thirsty.
Colorism,
Yes,
colorism, and self-hate made it easy for me to get women, so I don't have to hustle them.
Bruh, ain't that the truth? I'll let you hustle yourself.
Do you understand? I didn't have to, create a methodology of macking and what is the term? Because that's what we used to say when we was young. Mm-hmm. Me and my homeboy Poet, we used to say, man. Now Poet would say, because I defended Poet many times. Poet is a darker skinned brother.
I remember, yeah.
And I told you about this story before. It was a girl, beautiful girl by the name of Leanne Tinkshell. She was a baddie.
That sound like.
Damn, Leanne was bad than a motherfucker. But Leanne went to school with Poet. So she used to, elementary school before they went to high school and junior high and all of that. She used to call Poet Skillet.
Damn.
Because he was dark skinned.
Right.
And African booty scratcher and all types of shit.
All that.
She ran him in the ground.
Right.
Every time she saw him, she teased the shit out of him. But she was a baddie. So he felt awkward in going back hard on her because she was a baddie. But she's dogging him. Leanne Tinkshell, dogging the shit out of him. These motherfuckers get up to middle school and that's when I come into play. High school.
Okay.
That's when I come into play. She met me and was like, damn, that's your homeboy.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, that's the homie. So he tried to put, like, yo, you want to holler at her? And I remember I felt bad because he told me the stories about her and I finally met her and she was gorgeous. But I said, yeah, hook me up with her. But I only got with her just to clown.
I was about to say, I'm going to run you through the mud for this.
Just to clown.
Right.
Because it was on some colorism shit.
Right.
Oh, your homeboy's lighter. He got green eyes.
Right, all that.
All that fuck shit. And when I tell you, I dissed the shit out of her. For him.
Right, of course.
Because I was like, do you see what I'm saying? Are people still dealing with colorism? Crabs in the Barrel, Willie Lynch. These are all psychological, ideological, like prisons that we live in. And I read all of these stories just to weave this web of chaos that's going on. Coronavirus, ID 2020, 5G, Me Too. All this shit is happening. And then we come back to this. New York Post reports crowds gather to buy new Air Jordans in Atlanta after lockdown lifted. And who out there?
And where they going? Where you going?
Who the fuck out there? So back to my homeboy Poet. He had to learn how to Mac. That was his thing. He learned how to Mac and speak the Mac speak. The boy wore motherfucking, what was the Stacey Adams?
Stacey's, yeah.
The boy had the baggies.
Okay.
The boy was like a dark-skinned Morris Day.
Right.
Because he was heavy into the time.
What time is it?
Yeah, he had a persona he had to project.
Right.
And this is one of my best friends, and even that nigga hated on me because I didn't have to do that.
Right.
One of my best friends to this day, he low-key hated.
Well, You can't.
We out here.
How big are you expecting him to be? That's the real question.
No. I don't blame him. That's why we still best friends.
Right.
He's been best friends since we were 12. I don't blame him.
Right. But no, this is not about a matter of whether you blame him or not.
What I'm saying is,
look at the energy that this motherfucker has given to us.
Right. That's the point.
Look.
This is like a whole big ass coping mechanism.
Yes.
This is how we are with one another.
Not realizing that dark shit, bruh, that dark shit is what's up.
My father was dark.
He's connected to the sun.
Man. My grandfather was dark. Man. Again, the shit was hurtful. We still got to undo all of these. Listen, New York Post reports that they got crowds for the new Jordans, right? Right? Everybody out there trying to get the Jordans as soon as the lockdown is lifted in Atlanta. So, do the black people think that the coronavirus is over? Do the black people think, Geoff, not only that the coronavirus is over, do they think somehow it's not going to come back with a vengeance? Do they think the city of Atlanta was cleansed with some type of aerosol cleanser? Did they forget the stats that the black people in impoverished areas were hit harder than everybody else? What makes black people think we could just run back out here in the streets and do this? Talk to me, Geoff. For some Jordans, by the way.
Yeah, for the and does Jordan have anything to say about that? Okay, anyway, the lack
Keep going, Geoff. I love it.
Immediate consequence. The lack of an authority figure that you grow up under, that you gonna do what he say, and he don't give a fuck how you feel. You don't have when that's absent, you spend your life looking for boundaries. You don't ever make your own because no one ever really made any for you. So you go forward with this energy because you ain't never had nobody walk in your house, say one sentence, and everybody get up and start moving. So because that's absent, when you're given a mandate, bullshit or not, if 5G is to be believed, well, wait a minute, and we have face recognition software, right? Right. So we can recognize the faces of everybody in that line, and just turn up the 5G on their devices, so that they get sick. If that narrative, if it is to be believed that 5G got something to do with this, how hard is it to point the 5G right there, or right there, or right here, or at this group? That's what I'm looking at from this particular place is that black people have been told no so much that they don't tell themselves no. They don't, if when left to their own devices, I'm gonna do something about this pain. I'm gonna do something about it. I don't give a fuck this coronavirus. I want them new Jordans so I can, I got the stunt. I got the stunt while my fever's 102.
Right. While my fever's 102.
Okay,
but I will say this.
Nigga, I'm gonna be sharp when I drown in my own fluids.
But I will say this. Black people ain't no less guilty than white people who out here protesting. Yeah. These white people out here protesting about their right to be able to come outside, and they're gathering in large numbers too.
Well, they are.
Black people just did it to get some shoes that makes them feel good about themselves, that bring them some self-esteem. But these white people down here in Huntington Park in Huntington Beach with the guns out.
I never, ever, and I used to, but I don't ever, and I don't allow my children to ever, in any way, participate in the dangerous mental activity of directly comparing themselves to white people.
I don't think that's what this is. What I'm saying is, what we don't want to do is convey the message that we are only reprimanding black people for doing stupid shit.
Why
There
not?
are white people out here doing stupid shit too. So what I'm saying is stupidity is ubiquitous amongst the commoners of humanity.
I'll give you that.
Regardless of
give you
race.
that.
That's what I'm saying.
But here's my issue with what you just said.
Do you agree or do you have an issue?
Yes, I agree. I can do both.
I'm just
I
trying
can
to
do
figure
both.
it out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes and yes.
Here we go.
One, I agree. Stupidity is ubiquitous amongst the masses. It is a common known fact that the bigger the crowd, the lower the IQ. You can put 10,000 geniuses together and they become idiots. So I am not arguing that. What I am saying is that no one on the earth has the potential to be less common than the melanated people on this planet. The melanated people on this rock only have to make a few adjustments to be extraordinary.
Oh, of course.
So this concept of viewing them as common, I can't. I don't.
Wait, yes you can.
I can't.
Yes you can. Not everybody is pedaling as fast as they should.
Exactly. And this is
Come
why
on.
that's so expensive. Because again, the universe has done away with the safety net. God, whatever you want to call God, to put it where the Hodo de Boko Shahs can get it, God has he's left his goodness and taken away his mercy. In the face of that, because I sincerely, legitimately do not give a flying fuck what white people do, I don't. Go to the beach, go. I don't care what you do.
Go to the beach
to the
and
beach,
swim.
Swim, lick one another. I don't give a fuck. Yes.
Lick one
Yes.
another.
Once I find out that what I think, that I done had these antibodies, and because I try to eat as best I can and I use iodine and a whole bunch of other shit, that it gives me a slight leg up on this shit. Do you know that if there's any truth to the rumor that once you get it that you can't, and that you might be able to carry it, I'm just gonna start walking up and licking white people, old white people, just lick them right
Don't
on
lick no white people. Boy, you going to jail.
forehead. Okay, I don't care what white people do. That's my point. I don't care what dumb, ignorant ass, Jasper ass, shade tree house coons do. You know who I really am focused on? The youth on the fence.
Right.
The youth on the fence. If you young and you this way or that way and you can be persuaded this way, yes. If you young and you can't be persuaded, fine. If you old and you can't be persuaded, cool. But I can't say, well, look at the white people, ever. I don't, because I just sincerely don't give a fuck. I care about my people. And I just believe that the only bets you have against this are what you put in your body and what you put in your mind.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
You know, all this,
Right.
wearing a mask, for what? For what? You're not, if it's airborne, that little funky ass, these little funky cheap ass masks that is on every corner that niggas got, they got everything print you can conceive on the front. The Raiders, the Lakers, the Rams, whatever the fuck you want on a mask, you can get, except real protection from this shit. What that mask says when you wear it, if recognition software is to be believed, is that all we gotta do is turn this facial recognition shit on everywhere in the public. and we got a clear shot of the people who don't believe this shit. Because their faces is out. The people who we're getting to are wearing the masks. Do you understand that that mask ain't saving you from shit? None of them are, unless you have the, what's the name of the one, the really good one with the little,
you know, this one right here.
This fool.
This one right here. Yeah, the N95.
Yes. Unless you got one of those, nigga, you ain't doing shit. You're not. You're complying. That's all you're doing is complying. That's it.
You going to hell.
With some, yeah, doing some of that shit. So, long story short, I don't give a fuck what white people do. No, I'm not letting niggas off the hook because white folks is going to the beach. Niggas, niggas, niggas. You do understand that they came right out and told you that this virus likes diabetes, high blood pressure, and the medications that you have to take to get them. That those, the virus rushes to those.
Well, I guess you could still wear Jordans if the edema in your legs caused them to be like fat kindling wood. You know, Big Mama had them fat wood legs that look like kindling, the little tree trunk. I guess your fat foot could fit into some Jordans while you laying on your deathbed.
Right. Eating salt pork, laying there dying.
Hey, but let me say this real quick before I get to Geoff Brown's intellectual rant. We're still recording the show. I know we're having internet issues. The show is being recorded, so don't trip. We're going to upload the recorded show, and it won't have any of the internet issues, correct? Yeah, right. So we're recording it, so don't trip. It might be tripping online right now through the internet. Don't trip. We're going to upload right after this show, the full show in its entirety. So don't let the internet piss you off to the point that you don't hit the super chat.
Right.
Hit the super chat button. Support the goddamn show. Hit the like button. You're going to love it after it's over. We're going to upload the whole situation. So please, please hit the super chat button, hit the like button, hit the share button. Now, if this is your first time tuning in to the HuriKane show, every Monday around 12-ish, we go into Geoff Brown's intellectual rant. Now, mind you, this is his own section where he gets to rant. Although he rants throughout the entire show. It's never a yes or no kind of answer. It's always a rant that comes from him. I've never seen a nigga have a 35-second answer. The answer is always
a minute and a half.
10,000 seconds.
Oh, shit! 10,000 push-ups in 10,000 seconds.
Right. So, but in this particular section of the show, we allow Geoff to go on. Now, here has been the problem in recent rants. In recent rants, Geoff has ranted a long time. Now, when we initially set up this whole rant situation, I said, 3 minutes is forever in radio. I mean, that's just a really long time. And Geoff said, I can get it all out in 3 minutes. Now these rants have moved into the territory of 7 and 8 minutes.
Okay.
I used to be able to pull him in with this. I'd do this, and Geoff be like, oh, okay, wrap it up. But now
it's like partying. No, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Geoff Brown's intellectual rant. Let's go.
I'm gonna try to keep this one brief. Brother Zoe does have a point. Shout out in the chat room to quasi celebrity favorite of mine, Busy Works Beats. Hey man, love what you do. Please get in contact with me.
Hey man.
We need. Hey man, we need to talk. We have a couple of mutual friends now. I think that where we are, where you are, where I am, is uncharted territory. We have never been here. This is not to say civilization has never been here. This is not to say that other peoples earlier than us have not been on the brink, have not been right up to the precipice. Hell, they gone. That's how they were there and they left.
Mm-hmm.
This is to say that whatever your foolish behavior is, it will be the end of you.
Mm.
There's no more skating with a pillow on your ass. When you fall, you fall. If your Achilles heel is whorish consumerism to the point that you are going to stand around with your weakened immune system by default, if you're not doing things to strengthen it, this government and therefore this environment is doing everything to weaken it. If you have a regular meal, a meal that you have not mapped out yourself with regard to its nutrients, with regard to what it is going to do to your body, if you just roll in and have a regular meal, you are attacking your immune system. If you standing around other people who have attacked their immune systems as a retail whore waiting to pick up Air Jordans, it is not your weakened immune system that took you out. It is not the coronavirus that took you out. It is your whorish capitalism mindset that did. I can't wait to get these new shoes. Nigga, you ain't walking nowhere. Where are you going in these new shoes? Think. Why are you doing what you are doing? On every level should be the question that you ask yourself. Why am I doing this? Why do I believe this? Why do I eat this? Why do I drink this? Why do I drive that? Why do I go there? I dare you tonight, get down on your knees and ask your God why he or she is God. And wait for an answer. He, she, or it will give it to you, and you may not like it. But you are going to have to ask yourself why about every goddamn thing. Because the regular convenient answers all equal some kind of dead-end ass death. No, you do not have the luxury of meandering through life thinking that the world has been nerfed for you. It hasn't. All the safety guards have been taken out. All the warning labels are off. You truly, truly, if you think about it, are about to be free, but I don't know if you want that. You truly finna be free. What you gonna do when all this shit falls apart? What are you gonna do? What if nature is a little further ahead than Evil Incorporated?
Oh, this is good. I like where this is going.
What if Whitey has overplayed his hand with the polar ice caps? What if Whitey has overplayed his hand with the rainforest? What if I start doing as much chest work as I've been doing arm work? You know how good my arms are beginning to look? What if this grand plan is not going to work because there's just too many fucking hurricanes now. Because there's just too many tornadoes. Because we just have teeter-tottered it over. And everything east of the Mississippi becomes damn near inhabitable between October and April. And everything west of it becomes damn near uninhabitable between April and October. Mm-hmm. Do you understand that what I just spit out is a possibility? Please tell me how your Jordans fit into that. Please tell me how your desire to watch DJs on Instagram play into that.
It's good music now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. If you have not spent any money on a bug out bag, if you are not prepared to leave your place of living, your domicile, ready to defend yourself, feed yourself, clothe yourself, and shelter yourself in 4 minutes, you're going to perish. That's the shit you need to be focused on. It's getting to the point where we can't, our bullshit is beyond our ability to distract.
Right.
The bullshit is coming at you so hard from so many angles, and ain't no sports on. There's nothing to distract you. Stop looking. Now, the only way to remain distracted is to close your eyes, because there's nothing to open your eyes to that is a good enough distraction to keep you away from the fact that this half polar bear, half grizzly bear motherfucker is right outside the front door. Black people, I'm talking to you. Think. Listen to this shit, because it means more now than it ever has. I'm done.
And all that means is let's work together.
Yeah, there's another way to put it.
I love it, Geoff. That is the intellectual rant. He does it all the time. Hit his Cash App. Show your appreciation, $ GBFunnyStyle.
Thank you.
Show your appreciation for that rant. That was a powerful rant. And that sums up a lot of what I'm doing here today on this show. I'm reading all of these articles about everything that's going on. And Geoff brought up something that I thought was quite interesting. Nature fighting back against this white man who is an artificial version, or who governs like an artificial version of who you used to be. See, when you get into African spirituality dealt with nature. Right? Oya, the wind, storms, tornadoes. You heard Dick Gregory say, the woman is like a hurricane. Well, that's a female deity in Ifa. Oya, the wind, hurricane, she whips it up, passion, all of that, right? Mm-hmm. Floods, well, that's Yemeya. Oshun, right? Mm-hmm. The rivers and the oceans. These are female deities right here. We were always in tune with nature. We governed with nature. The sun is a part of nature. Nature, neter. Mm-hmm. Neter, God. Neteru, gods. We were all tied in with nature. Geb, earth. Shu, wind. Like the names of the gods represented nature. Earth, water, fire, air, right? Even the ancient Asians, who were ancient blacks, Asian just means east.
Yes.
Right? They were tied in to nature. Feng shui, water and air. That's what feng shui means. Why? Because both water and air move with currents. You see? We were tied into nature when we governed. But here's the thing. We lost that. We're addicted to their definitions of who we are. And all we got as a means of looking tough is talking shit to each other. No, goddamn it. Just Native Americans tied into nature. The Inuit, the Eskimos who came over from the Bering Straits out of Asia into Alaska. Same thing. All tied in to nature. Nature, nurture, God.
You ever heard of Eskimo or Inuit or an African or Cuban or even an Asian in mass discuss what part of nature they have conquered?
No.
You ain't never heard Indians talk about they gonna conquer some mountain.
Well, again, go back. You go back to the continent of Africa. There's this video. I gotta find it. Somebody in the chat room, if you find this video, send it to me. It's of this bushman. I don't know if he's a bushman. I don't know what he is. But I seen one on the Twa, the pygmy, they misquoted as being called pygmies, but they're called the Twa, where they hunt down an elephant. But that's not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about this one video where they show this African and he got like bow and arrows or some shit. And I guess the bow and arrow, the tip has some poison or something on it.
Oh, shit.
And the motherfucker go out and he looks for this antelope, right? This, this big ass antelope type creature.
Okay.
Motherfucker see that dog. He say, all right, they speaking their little language, whatever. Motherfucker draw back, hit that bitch, and it take off. It take off because that poison don't work instantly.
No.
That motherfucker was gone for days, out of sight, and they were able to pick up its trail even when its tracks were gone. I saw the man, he was doing some shit like this with his hands. He was divining on it. And then a day later, they roll up on this motherfucker dead. They go, okay.
There you go.
And then before they deal with him, they kneel down and then they pray over it. And they thank that animal for giving up its life force.
Right.
The Twa, the pygmy, did the same thing in their video when they killed the elephant. Now,
go back to Avatar.
Do you see what I'm saying? Again, even in wartime, amongst warring tribes of the pygmy, when you kill something as big as an elephant, they go break the elephant down, all the tribes, even the ones that have dispute.
Come and eat.
Everybody get elephant. We'll fight some other day. Right now, let's get your provisions.
Right.
That mentality has been stripped away. We're not that kind of people no more. What we are black on the outside, white on the inside. And the white on the inside makes us insecure, which makes us want to stunt, front, and clown each other. Now, you know old men. You can't clown no old man. You can't disrespect no old man. Granddaddy's strength.
No.
Remember Granddaddy's strength?
Well, First off, granddaddy don't give a goddamn about. Granddaddy gives a shit about what he do. If that's bowling, fishing, whatever. Don't nobody give a goddamn about that. Don't nobody here. Look here. Here, look. You come with them $200 shoes and can't catch a fish. Come on over here. He don't give a fuck. Granddaddy don't give a fuck about none of your young shit.
Right.
My granddaddy didn't. And as when it's granddaddy time for me, I'm not going. Okay, your young ass. I'm 90% lessons. You 10% learning. Mm-hmm. You 10% learning, 90%.
Keep going.
Yeah, I'm 90% lessons, 10% learning from you.
Yeah.
You 90% learning and 10% lessons from me.
Yeah.
That's the balance.
Yeah.
This trying to make it 50-50. This trying to. Big Daddy ain't on that shit.
Right.
Big Daddy don't give a fuck about that. When we was little, the last thing a grown-ass man wanted to do was look anything like our young dumbasses. They didn't dress like us. They didn't walk like us. They didn't talk like us. They didn't give a fuck about you and your junior ass bullshit.
They didn't give a fuck.
They didn't give a fuck.
And
now,
if you talk too slick.
Oh, bro. You about to get a real lesson today. The problem has become that information has been easier to disguise itself as wisdom.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
Because you can tell me what the temperature is right now in Prague, you have mistaken your immense access to information for some type of ability to either wield it or call upon it.
So you're saying you don't know how to think?
You don't. You
know how to read, but you don't know how to process. You don't understand context.
If the only way that you can call upon information is by the use of this, then you and your information are beholden to the architects of this.
Keep going.
The information that the information that I pull upon come from. Prime example, my daughter at 16, God bless her, she has been cursed with the foodie gene. She, like her daddy, is a goddamn foodie. She's a foodie. Oh, daddy, you gotta try it with some shallots in it. She's over there with it. She loves food. As do I. We have a ball in the kitchen.
Right.
My information, when I make greens, when she make her greens, which I make greens every 2 weeks, by the way, you are more than welcome to some of my collard greens. They are the bomb.
I don't want that burger you gave me.
They are the fucking shit. Anyway, she has the advantage of calling on her great-grandmother's recipe for greens, because that's what I use. Minus the meat. I'm using turnips, onions, oregano, honey, apple cider vinegar, in the way that I'm gonna do it.
Right.
I don't tell her that the pan, the pot has to be exactly this size, with exactly this much water, with exactly this many greens.
Well, that's because Big Mama did it that way.
Because Big Mama didn't do it.
Didn't write shit down.
My grandmama don't know nothing about no goddamn half a teaspoon.
Get a couple pinches of it now.
Yes. When you reduce it, anything you reduce to ones and zeros is going to be artificial. The soul is in sunflower, baby. I can't tell you a cup or a cup and a half. Here what you do. Take your hand. This is my grandmama talking to me. Take your hand and dip it in the flour. Use that much flour, baby. If it don't taste right, use a little more next time.
Taste while you're cooking.
Taste while you're cooking. And through experience, you will come up with this dish. Do you know what a recipe is? It is an experience substitute. A recipe, a formula, directions, instructions. All they are experience substitutes. Some motherfucker came along before you and did this and said, do it exactly this way.
But wait, you bring up another great point here. Isn't that the way we do everything?
Every fucking thing.
See, in the kitchen, Big Mama might not read the instructions.
No.
But in the bedroom, when your big brother is putting together some type of computer program or some type of video game, he ain't reading the instructions either.
Ha!
Do you understand?
Till it don't work.
Do you see what I'm saying? No, I'm saying we'll figure. James Broadway making beats. I ain't never seen him sit down and read the manual to a beat machine. He just figure it out. And next thing you know, he making beats.
And funky.
And I was there from the beginning. I saw him from the beginning. I never seen him sit down and read a manual.
I'm going to tell you something else about James Broadway. Shout out to James Broadway if you're in the chat.
Lord Sidetrack, tell us.
You stupid. James Broadway, when you go look at James Broadway's studio setup, he got just what he need.
That's it.
He ain't got no whole bunch of shit.
Right.
But nigga.
He got what he needs.
And he do what he do. And that lends itself, the no-look pass, it's not ones and zeros.
Nobody wrote that down. But look, go back to the Western mind. When you deal with the Western mind, the word meditate from its Western root means to measure. See, shit gotta add up to the copier. The imitator needs a formula. Do you see what I'm saying? For the people who are creative, we're more about a feel. So when you talk to coaches, right? Coaches who talk about a kid who has the gift, or a trainer who sees Floyd Mayweather box, they say there's certain shit he do you can't teach. Now he got the pedigree. His daddy was a champion. His uncle was a champion. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
They trained him, but it's something about him.
Right.
That's like Big Mama in the kitchen. Just grab a pinch of that and grab a pinch of this.
We tell everybody to keep their hands up.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
That ain't.
Do you understand? Yeah. Now watch. Western science says we got to be able to reduplicate the results in order for us to be able to call this shit right. We got to be able to replicate the results of a particular experiment in order for it to even reach the level of a theory.
Right.
We still got to be able to replicate because they're formula based, whereas we're living beings that have a power to be able to manifest some shit, being able to feel the game. Like the recruits are talking about, this kid has a wonderful feel for the game. It's like he's aware of what's happening in the game before it actually happens. He can see it developing. That's a feel. And that's what kind of people we are, but we live in a regulated, formulated society. This is why Bill Gates will say, hey, let's simulate what a volcano would do when it erupts, a massive volcano. Let's simulate that and let's try to block out the goddamn sun so we can jumpstart an ice age.
Because they are not natural.
Do you see?
Okay.
But we are not natural for mimicking the unnatural.
Come on, bruh. Come on. Look, I meant to say that earlier. Why do you want to simulate a volcano? Why do you need to conquer Kilimanjaro? Why do you need to conquer nature? And we do not.
Keep going.
Do you know why I do not need to conquer nature? Because I am nature. You are not. Watch how much shit they do that is just fucking not natural. That's just not. What the?
How many stories did I break down earlier about him funding unnatural shit? From unnatural blocking the sun with a fake volcano effect, to growing fake meat, to taking over for Monsanto. Unnatural. And now we unnatural. This is why I say our women, no disrespect to our women, I love you to death. Believe me, you're the most beautiful women on the planet Earth. I want you, I love you. But if you fall in love with this man's system, it is designed to place you in a prostitute position. It is designed for that. And I don't want to see you as his hoe. But because I don't have an infrastructure for you, you'll judge me because I don't have the infrastructure for you. And Big Sky Pimp Daddy, do you understand, that signs your checks, he seems more reliable. This is why we got sisters saying, sister, stop dealing with that brother and go find another race.
Yeah.
And not really answering the real question. You telling her to go find another race because you're saying find a race that is more financially set up. That's really what you're saying. Find a wallet. This nigga ain't got no wallet.
How come there are no more good black men? Well, I'm gonna need you to define good. What is your definition of good? He don't earn good. You do understand that earning watermark that you have made has been fucking ripped away, washed away, tsunami'd away, COVID-19'd away. What is a good man? And why does he resemble so much Mr. Unnatural? If your desire for Mr. Unnatural is that big, how natural is your desire? If this is what you're comparing him to, how did you get here? How did we get here? Why don't we question how we got to the point?
But look at this. Look at this. Men can't just say, especially brothers just can't say that the women are hoes. The men are hoes. This is what gives the women permission to be hoes. Because if my man don't have no integrity, and his integrity is up for sale because he's afraid and he's in pursuit of motherfucking security, see, let me tell you something. A man is not just about providing for his woman, his family, or himself. A man is about pushing himself to the limits of his potentiality and his capabilities. And he's about maintaining that. But this society says, you're not a real man unless you capitulate.
For real though.
Well, if your woman sees you bend your knee to the white man, why would she not do it? See, when you bend your knees to a corrupt system,
sure,
right?
I'm listening.
You capitulated to that system, and you standing right in front of the camera.
Did I do that? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm sorry. I'm plugging my phone up before it dies.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Plug your phone in, Geoff.
Yes.
Lord.
Yes.
But it's both. It's both, man. When a woman sees a man just bend his knee like that, Lord have mercy. Somebody said a good man today equals Steph Curry and John Legend.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what that means. But we got to do better is what I'm saying. Doing better, to me, is tantamount to putting our bullshit aside, uplifting our women, giving them something to look forward to when they see us, giving them something to respect when they see us. I think we got to start there, in my opinion. Your thoughts?
Yeah. I don't think we have a choice. We are truly a lost people. We truly are. And I think the black man is going to have to go on the search for how to lead. You got to figure out how to lead. I don't care where you get it from, as long as you get it right. Because we have been put in such a trick bag that we indict sisters for not wanting to follow our lead, but our lead isn't clear.
Or for trying to just survive.
Sure.
We don't have a system for them.
Right.
So they got to play the game that's here, as corrupt as it is, but that's how they survive.
I got to eat.
Okay, so we ding them for surviving.
Yeah, well, I think black people have forever been considered and convinced that we are a subculture. What we have never convinced ourselves of is a universal subsystem. We don't have a subsystem. Oh, we got a culture. We gotta get your check on the first. Go to church on Sunday. Electric slide, like to skate. Nigga, you better know how to cook some macaroni and cheese, potato salad culture. But we don't have a subsystem, because a subsystem needs secrets, and we don't have any of those.
Well, leadership is also about taking responsibility for what needs to be done.
Sure. As a group.
As a group.
As a group. And we can't agree on what has to be done as a group that has nothing to do with white people. What can we agree on as a group that has nothing to do with white people? I would be down with voting if we could agree on a system of voting that had nothing to do with white people. I sure would. If we could all come together and go, the only person we're going to vote for is somebody that's dealing with the genocide of our people, the miseducation of our people, the lack of access for our people. If you're not dealing with those on a level that has nothing to do with white people, then I'm not fucking with you. We need to start trying to find shit that has nothing to do with white people and make a subsystem of it. We got a subculture. I'm not talking about culture, what you like to do. I'm talking about a system, what you are required to do.
Okay, and so here's the thing. Because I hear where you're going. How do black people do that without being labeled a cult within America? Without being labeled a cult? Because that's what what you saying makes sense.
Sure.
But once you do that, you're a cult.
Okay.
Can we keep that 100?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
You do it by not giving a fuck about what you're called. You do it by understanding that you're going to be called a cult and that some of you are going to die. There it is. You're going to have to die. As long as you know that.
But wait, hold on. Because I want you to drill down on that.
Sure.
You're going to have to die. Some of us are going to have to die. All of us are going to die, because the whole purpose of putting that together is self-preservation.
Sure.
So go deeper. How many got to die?
What is the self? Is the self just you? If the self is just you, then just keep doing what you're doing. Because the self wasn't just you for Dr. King. The self wasn't just you for Malcolm X or Medgar Evers. They knew.
But see, this is why it goes back to, say, Marcus Garvey saying, let's get the fuck up out of here. So we could do this on our own, because trying to do this here equates to a terrorist act. Do you see? It turns back into Tulsa, Oklahoma. It turns back into Rosewood. It turns back into these things. So because what you're saying makes sense, but then you have black people that are afraid of the consequence of working together because it is seen as an unspoken terrorist act. They done got together. They black extremists, identity extremists or something. You understand what I'm saying? It turns into that. So how do we do what you're saying we need to do here as Americans who built this bitch?
By the only way that I see it happening, and the reason we can easily point to Asians, we can easily point to now Latinos as...
But Latinos are now on the census being accepted as white.
Oh yeah, they're gonna do the white man's dirty work.
So,
Yes.
but do you see what I'm saying? You point at people that are included in the cabal.
Yes,
Go ahead.
but I point at them for this reason. It is because if Asians desire, they can go back thousands of years and look at their people. Latinos can go back thousands of years and look at their people. In the words of John Henrik Clarke, we have been erased from the respectful commentary of human civilization.
Well, if that's your argument, they've already chosen to move forward and not go back.
Sure.
You can see that in the treatment of what China is doing to the Africans on the continent.
Sure, because
you can see that.
Because they are tightening the noose around the neck of the melanated man. What you have to do is move forward and not give a fuck. All right? If the plan is to get the fuck out of here, then let's all get our shit together and get the fuck out of here. I personally, this is no secret, as soon as my youngest son is 18 and on his own, I'm moving to Ghana.
Yeah?
I'm up out. I'm moving to Ghana. There are many... Oh yeah, all of that shit. I'm gonna be doing all. I'm gonna do all whatever that shit is. Yes, yes. I will wake up every morning stripped of my clothing. Anyway, the problem is that we give too much energy into what this dude is gonna do if we do what we do. It can't just be, oh well, here come Rosewood. At some point it's got to be, we gonna make what we make, and motherfucker bring Rosewood. Cause you got to bring ass to get ass. It's got to be that. If I have to die in a mushroom cloud because I stood up, I prefer that to crawling. I'm just not gonna crawl. I'm just not afraid of you. Why is it, until George Zimmerman feels inherent danger in walking around, we just talking.
Well, he's not.
Of course not.
He's not.
He's not. You
But
know why?
I do think we need to go back to African spiritual traditions.
Sure.
And do what the Haitians did to the French.
Come on.
And they did voodoo, which is Ifa. And, voodoo has always had a negative connotation with it. It has been labeled as some form of devil worship. But no, it's not. It's nature worship.
Yes.
And that is inherently from the continent. And as a group, we should just start putting roots on it, like your grandma used to put a root on him. You put a root on that ass, he'll calm down. Bring me a beef tongue.
Right.
And
Bring me a big tongue and a nail.
we got to start doing that.
Yeah. Yes.
We got to start practicing African spirituality. And some people would say, nah, that's irresponsible. Don't do that. Because karma. Like, I think Kevin was talking about karma or something like that. I don't know.
Well, I reject karma from all Christians.
But I was going to say, is it karma if it's self-defense?
Is it karma?
He done ripped it off, you know. Is it karma if it's self-defense? And I need to ask. Maybe I need to ask my Baba Lao. I need to ask, like, is it karmic? Like, if we do something to retaliate against the evils that have spiritually retaliate, right? Spiritually retaliate. Because that's what, I mean, do you remember that old saying when they were talking about the slave woman who used to speak the curses on the slave master, and then they finally had to just cover her mouth? Like, from Africa, we was doing that. I just, whatever it is, somebody said, Zoe, it's not for everyone. That's fine. It might not be for everyone. Then pray some curses on some niggas.
Okay. All right. I'm tired of that.
Let's get Jesus' shit involved. What I'm saying is, whatever your belief is.
Why does it have to be for everybody? What is for everybody? Other than washing your ass and brushing your teeth.
Right.
What is, well, that's not for everyone. Nothing's for everybody. We're not talking to everybody. Okay? You know what's for everybody? Commonness. That's why it's common. This podcast is not for everybody. This way of moving forward is not for everybody.
Right.
This is not. You're so right about that. Please keep with things that are for everybody. And you're going to go where everybody going.
But do you see? Come on, man.
It's that simple. It really is that simple. No, it's not for everybody. I am going to start looking into, I don't even pray the same no more. I can't. I can't. I do not end my prayers in Jesus' name. I do not. I do not beseech my Creator and put Barry Gibb in between me and him.
Barry Gibb?
Let me on my phone.
Popeyes is for everybody. Well,
yes.
Yeah,
I must take this one.
Listen, I just want you, he's got to take that call right now. But again, we getting close to the end of the show anyway. I just want to say, man, like, when does disunity wear off? Like, when does it wear off? Like, not being unified, not being organized, not being supportive, not riding for one another. When does that wear off? If it doesn't wear off, then we find ourselves where we are currently. Do we want something different? Do we deserve something different? What are we doing to clean up ourselves internally? What are we doing to clean up our house internally? What are we doing to clean up what is ours to control and then start moving out into the community and sharing that with those we want to influence or share with? Again, man, this shit is crazy, man. This shit is crazy. I wake up every day and I look around and I see things are still happening. The world is still tripping. People are still bugging. But at the end of the day, we want change. But we refuse to change. We are the toxicity that we see in society. But we refuse to change ourselves. We want somebody else to go on Capitol Hill and write a law, or we want somebody else to do something that is in favor of us, but we refuse to do anything that's in favor of ourselves as a group, as a collective. I'm not just talking about your little household. I'm not just talking about your little family. I'm talking about as a group, as a collective. How do we come together and work together for each other? It's just really hard for me to fathom, man. So listen, it is 1:00. I appreciate everybody for sharing. I appreciate everybody for dealing with the technical difficulties, but please understand we're going to upload the entire show to YouTube with no internet issues, because we recorded the show. The internet was a little funky today. We apologize for that, but don't worry about it. We gon' be okay. Please continue to support all of the brands that I put in front of you at the beginning of this show. Please support, support, support. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the super chat button, hit my Cash App, which is $REWZoWhat. Hit the Cash App, hit Geoff Brown's Cash App, which is $GBFunnyStyle. Show your support for this content, the laughter, the comedy, the insight, whatever you take away from it. We appreciate you listening and staying tuned. Support Total Package Energy, the HuriKane Report, and all the other things that we promoted earlier today. Please continue to support. Thank you so much. I'm Zoe Williams, and this has been the Zoe What Show. Deuces.